your energy forecast for Wednesday, August 2nd. So today we do have the moon still in this Aquarian energy. We're still very much in the full moon energy as well for the next couple of days, but we will see the moon go void, of course, at 5:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will be locking into Pisces energy at 11:06 p.m. So this is actually a moon day. All aspects, all 7 of them, are going to involve the moon, which means that we have an opportunity to refine our emotions, to refine these aha moments, these revelations, these epiphanies that should have been streaming in under the full moon in Aquarius influence. Now, the transition from Aquarian energy to Pisces energy is always a little bit intense, just seeing as we have an emotional detachment supporting us in the Aquarian energy, and then we're thrown into all of the feels. Our sensitivities become a little bit more amplified in the Pisces energy. And again, reminder, Pisces energy is here to help us resolve, end, close the door on, bring something full circle so that we can lighten the load and actually move forward with a different perspective, a different mindset, and a different emotion attached to the circumstances in which we're currently dealing with. So there are 7 different aspects here today, as I previously mentioned, all 7 of them involving the moon. Wednesdays are ruled over by Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, ruler of information, communication, and how it is that we express ourselves. And Mercury is currently in Virgo energy, really looking to analyze the smallest of details in our mental plane, in our heart space, in our current circumstances, in order to identify what needs to be fixed, what needs to be healed, what needs to be resolved, what needs to be strengthened. And so with that energy kind of mixed with the energy of the moon, we are definitely going to have some pivotal aha moments continue to flow in. We're going to kick the day off with the moon interacting with the North Node in Aries energy. This is a positive interaction, which is suggesting that we are piecing together a new path, a new plan, even a couple of new baby steps that we could probably take and just explore how it is that we are thinking and feeling by making those steps in this new path, in this new direction. The moon is going to sextile Chiron, the wounded healer, who is retrograde in Aries energy, in the most positive of ways, which means that we're growing, we're healing, we're improving, we're resolving some of the identity issues that we've been struggling with, especially where our mental narrative, our emotional plane is concerned. We're seeing ourselves from a fresh set of eyes, from a different perspective. The moon is going to get into the boxing ring and square off with Uranus, who of course rules over the Aquarian energy that the moon is currently sitting in, ruled over the full moon in Aquarius that we just had. And of course, Uranus is in Taurus energy, which is providing us a little bit of resistance to the changes that we know that we need to make. The moon entering into the boxing ring with its ruler, definitely going to be an intense time. This is going to likely bring a certain level of confusion, a certain level of needing to detach, remove ourselves from situations and circumstances in order for us to gain a bigger, broader perspective on how it is that we need to proceed forward. The moon is going to oppose and sit across from Venus. Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, and money. She is retrograde in Leo energy, which is the heart and soul of the zodiac. The Aquarian energy and Leo energy, they sit across from each other. It is another dynamic that we're kind of playing out from this full moon aspect that, of course, involved Venus in many different ways. Download your moon guide if you haven't already. Download your forecast for August if you haven't already. And take a listen to August's energy forecast for the long term on what it is that we are about to experience this month. The moon opposing Venus is putting us in a situation where we have to kind of step back from our emotions, from our heart space. We have to kind of see the inner workings of what's going on in our mental plane, in our heart space, as far as reviewing, reflecting, revising who and what needs to stay, needs to go in our lives. Of course, Venus is all about providing ourselves with opportunities to create more happiness and joy and safety and security and stability in our lives. But now we need to be heart aligned, really creating a realm and a reality that reflects our higher self, our heart space, our soul space, instead of the ego that has built the current circumstances that many of us are trying to get out of. It's at this particular point in time that the moon is going to go void. And when the moon goes void, things get shaky, things get uncertain, things are a little bit unstable. And while the moon is void, we are going to have an interaction with Neptune. Neptune, of course, retrograde in Pisces energy, helping us to deal with the here and now, helping us to confront our not so nice thoughts, our not so nice feelings now. Why is that? Well, because they're blocking us from aligning with our dream and actually being able to manifest it. It's blocking us from healing the particular wounds that are attached to the particular soul contracts that we're currently trying to end and close. The moon interacting with Neptune in this way is definitely going to provide a little bit more insight on what it is that we're having a hard time closing the door on. The moon, while still void, sextiles the north node. This is another indication that we're having some revelations, we're having some epiphanies. We're starting to piece together what this next chapter, this next venture may actually look like. And of course, the north node being in Aries energy just wants to take action and make moves. The moon in Aquarius right now highlighting the different variables, the different possibilities, the different, I'm going to say, avenues that we could take in order to get to the same destination. The moon is then going to interact with Pluto, the great transformer himself, retrograde in this Capricorn energy in the most positive of ways. It's giving us an opportunity to shift our inner realm, to change, to transform the way that we're thinking, the way that we're feeling, especially when considering our physical realm, the systems, the structures, the foundations that are no longer supporting us, that are no longer in alignment with what it is that we're trying to accomplish. And of course, the minute that we have these realizations, we're able to step up, boss up, power up, and actually take control of our physical realms, of our reality, and of course, the changes that need to be made in order to shift out of what once was and closer to what we desire it to actually be.